Hello and welcome to episode 18, Aussie Max Zone, recorded 15th of October 2013. And it's a big welcome to all the listeners and viewers out there. We have both, yes, video on iTunes and listeners on iTunes as well. And also on YouTube if you're a video, you know what I mean. All right, so welcome to the show. We've got another great show for you this week. We've got heaps of stories to get through and heaps of conversational items. So let's introduce the board. We've got Jason over there on his little 3G device. He's been shaped, the naughty boy. How you doing, Jason?
3G, come on.
Yeah.
Telstra LTE.
Oh yeah, sorry for you're into 4G. Yes, it's not. Is it? They seem to have dropped the LTE. Well, the Apple's dropped LTE, haven't they?
Yeah, it has an iOS 7. I noticed it changed from LTE to 4G now. But yes, I'm Telstra LTE because Telstra Big Fun Ultimate has shaped me for some reason. I think there's something wrong with the uploads where I should be getting unmetered uploads from Telstra Big Bond. It seems to have counted them against my limits. So unhappy times here at the moment.
Oh no, you look like you're bathed in a nice sunset anyway. So
in a nice glow.
That's right. And Michael from IT Help for You. How you doing?
They're doing great, thanks, Glenn. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good. What's news with you this week? Anything exciting?
Nah, just work.
Just work. All the good stuff, eh?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Now, look, just straight off the top of the show notes, I saw that Michael's put a few show notes together this week. And how can we go past lost Doctor Who episodes, eh? And you might say, what are you bringing this up for? What's Doctor Who got to do with Apple? Well, exclusively lost episodes on iTunes. So what's happened there, Michael? iTunes gets the scoop.
iTunes got the nod, so they must have paid the right amount of money to keep them happy. I think I think there's 12 episodes that got lost by the BBC, and they found them, and iTunes snapped them up.
They did. So lost, deleted, or burnt, or whatever it was. Like back in the early days, just for a little history lesson, I was all across this one. Back in the early days, back in the 60s, all these shows were only screened once, and after they were screened once, the BBC didn't repeat back then. So they were just all taking up space in the video repository or whatever. And so
in the cupboard.
Yeah, in the cupboard and the dustbin and wherever else. So the BBC said, listen, get rid of it. Get rid of it. So they got rid of all of it. And then ever since, about 1970, it stopped. And about 1978, I think they started going, well, hang on, we got this home market coming in. So, this is growing home market. So if we can find these old ones, we can sell them as well. And I think now, initially there was something like 250 episodes that were junked. And I think now with the discovery of these ones, it's down to 97 still missing. But, yeah.
It's still a few, isn't it? And I think that happened at the ABC as well when the TV stations went from, I think they used more, I guess early on they used film and things like that. But when they went to the video recorders or, the video cassettes or the type they used in broadcast, it was obviously expensive. And I guess the ABC trying to do the right thing with their tax dollars. This again was in the 70s. Started recording over shows that they've done because there's lots of stories that go around of episodes of Countdown and things like that are missing as well. Not missing that they just got recorded over because from the same reason. Well, we've done it, we've shown it. No one will be interested in that again. We'll just reuse the tape.
Yeah,
bit like recording over your wedding video.
Yeah, yeah. Well, apparently, yeah. So that's what happened to these tapes. And there's also a lot of other stuff, other BBC programs and ABC, as Jason mentioned. But it's so ever since things have just been turning up because the BBC sent out a worldwide edict to destroy. If you've got these tapes that we've sold to you to broadcast, destroy them. That's our order, destroy them. But some places didn't, like these ones were found in Africa. Someone's chucked them on the shelf and they've just been left and gathering dust. They've turned up in private collections and all this sort of stuff. But, these episodes haven't been seen for 45 years. That's crazy stuff. Has anyone here downloaded them and watched them?
Nah, mate.
I'm still making my way through Breaking Bad.
Oh, no.
I only started watching it 3 weeks ago, so I'm now back. I'm into the final season.
Right.
Fantastic series. If you haven't seen it, I reckon you should have a look at that one, Glenn. I reckon you'd like it. Have you seen it, Michael?
Nah, not yet. Nah.
Worth watching. Really well written, well acted.
Right. Yeah, cool. Yeah, well, I think that's on the list to have a look at, but there's no time in the day. But anyway,
I have the same problem. I've got lots of things sitting there ready to watch, and
too busy doing podcasts for TV.
Time.
Yeah, but
I think Leo at Twit the other day said he's just getting more collected for his retirement home to watch when he's at the retirement home.
Yeah, well, I suppose. Look, the rate that they churn these shows out, there'll be heaps more. But look, I bought the iTunes Doctor Who's. Yay!
Yeah.
That's just what I do. But yeah, they're good. I succumb to
Have you started watching them?
I'm savouring them. I'm watching one. I'm watching one a day. So I've got 12. 12 to go. Well, no, I've watched 4 now. So now I've got 8 to go. But you can't watch them all in once. I want to, soak it up.
So you're in a good mood for another 8 days.
That's right. And then I'll be worried about the next find. All right, now, Michael, what's going on with your phone bill? You're saving some money.
Yeah, so I'm on a business plan for all my iPhones and stuff for work.
Yep.
And just going through it again yesterday with some changes. So you save $960 a year just with those changes. Just being up to date with what plans they offer and how they control them, because they change them all the time.
Oh, it's every 5 minutes. Yeah. So who's what telco are you with?
That's with Vodafone.
All right. How do you find them? Because I found them a bit dodgy.
They've been really good since about June.
Oh yeah.
I got a new tower. I've got a new tower in Penrith, and before that they'd actually given me a 30% discount because the service was crap.
Yeah, right.
They'd actually given me a discount on the bill and all that sort of stuff to keep me.
Yeah, okay.
And then and it's just the rollover. There's rollover data plans and things that you've got to be aware of.
Yeah, right. Oh, yes, yep. Yeah, well, I know, even with the Telstra, I think they'll change their plans. If you look at it every month, you could possibly find that there's differences. Yeah, like I think my mum, she's just gone on. She signed up to a new Telstra plan, and I think they were offering her like 2 gig of data with her phone just for the $60 a month. And so I go, well, that's all right. And then I look at it again the other day, and you can't forget that 2 gig anymore. I think when the iPhone came out, the 2 gig was gone. It was back to 1 gig. yeah, obviously.
Yeah. There's been a few stories I've seen on Twitter over the last week or so. I think predominantly around Telstra and them actually cutting the allowances. So where it was a 2 gig plan or something like now it's a 1 gig plan for the same price.
Yeah, they've dropped it back. Yeah.
Yeah, and so there's a lot of unhappiness out there because really these days you're really after data, aren't you? Your phone calls and SMSs are really secondary.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's data all the way. But look, I have to say, Telstra's been really good to me of late. So they are a little bit more expensive, but geez, I tell you, you power along in no matter whereabouts. Well, I was going to say whereabouts in the country you are. I don't actually go too far, but around the Gold Coast and greater area.
Keep rubbing it in, son. Rub it in.
It's not too bad. Good speed, all over the joint, and plus they've been quite helpful. Surprisingly, I guess, but quite helpful on 2 occasions of late. Mobile phone download issues, and I just said I don't know what all this mobile phone download is, and they just said I'll just give you a data block to see you through. Cool. And then then last week or whenever it was, I was approaching my cap with my home internet, and they said I think I had 3 days to go. I was shaped. They said, we'll unshape you. Don't worry about it. So good. So thanks very much.
I'll be trying that. I'll be trying that soon.
It's tonight.
Yes, that's right. Hey, Michael, with your bill, so you've got a number of phones together on the plan.
Yeah.
Do you get like a aggregate data limit? Like, so if each phone, for example, if you had like 3 phones and you had 2 gig, does that 6 gig count across the whole account? So if someone uses more and someone uses less,
so it's a 6-phone account.
Yep.
And it's 3 gig of data for the 6 phones.
Okay.
right? But then you can buy that like $10 a month for an extra gig, but only for a certain phone, not for the whole 6. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
So 3 gig shared, and anything above that you need to buy per phone.
Yeah, per phone.
It's still not too bad.
Well, I don't really. Yeah, I don't use a lot of gigs on my phone, and I suppose because I'm pretty conscious I've only got one to use. But yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm normally pretty much under it every month. But looks like I think Michael, little birdie tells me you're getting, or you've ordered your 5S.
Yeah, I ordered my 5S today.
Now through Vodafone.
Yeah, Voda.
Yep.
Because with the 6 phone deal thing, you get a certain amount of credit every year to go towards a phone.
Right.
But it doesn't get it to me any earlier. 4 to 6 weeks right now.
Oh, okay, right. So yeah, and what colour?
I ordered the black one.
Oh, nice. Is that
the official
space grey?
Space grey.
Space grey. Sorry, yes. I don't know what the difference is. There's not much difference.
That ties in with the black and white Doctor Who episodes that were found.
Yes.
Oh, you love it too.
Aren't they space grey episodes?
Yes, that's right. That's right. They are. Oh, they've been restored remarkably well too. Now, 4 to 6 weeks delivery. Now, is that like the average sort of wait, or is that just a Vodafone wait? Are you aware? Did you look into?
No. As far as I know, that's the sort of average wait for a phone. That was for a 32 gig.
Right.
And it's about the same for gold, and it's about 4 weeks for the white silver.
Okay. Yeah, right, okay. Yeah, so the 5S, it sounds is pretty popular. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you can probably walk in and get a 5C. 5S seems to be in demand. I was in the Adelaide Apple store the other day in the afternoon. I'm presuming that if you're an Apple store, you are getting deliveries of phones, but they had a sign out the front saying, we have no iPhone 5Ss. So you would... It would seem to be that they're still in short supply.
Yeah, I watched the show last night on Jobsy. I don't know if I mentioned it on this show, but it was on the Discovery Channel Science. Just iGenius. Yeah. I think it was made just after he died. I looked at the date stamp at the end. Most of a rehash of everything that's been going around, but quite interesting. He's just a person that just draws you in, isn't he? Like, and just go, wow. He's just one of those type of personalities.
Yeah.
Now, what's here? Using Siri to navigate the iPhone. What's all that about?
Yeah, well, I was reading up, and you can use Siri to just say. So if I go do the Siri bit and talk to it and say launch keyboard preferences, and it launches the keyboard preferences.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
and
right.
You can do it for opening your apps. Open podcast app, or open whatever.
Right. What about
if it works? Just for change.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
What does she do if you close Siri?
As much as I would like to, I can't close apps.
Oh, you can open them, but you can't close them. There you go. Well,
there you go.
You learn something every day. Yeah, all right, cool. So that's a good little trick. Because I know a lot of the times, you might have your phone on your dashboard in your car or something, or on your windscreen, one of those holders, and you're not supposed to be punching away on it. But if you can just push one button and hold it down and talk to it, good.
Just saves a little bit.
Yeah. Now, here's one. This next one here. Oh, you can tell us about this, Michael. What's going on? These women, I'll tell you, fair dinkum.
So I was led to believe by a telco salesman that women have been known to buy multiple iPhones to match their outfits.
Yeah, right. I suppose that's what they're all about, isn't it? Like, they're buying iPhones now instead of shoes. It's just
yes.
It's all iPhones. But I think you can get different covers for your phone.
That's right. You can accessorise.
Yeah,
but it's not quite the same, is it?
no. Well, I suppose you can get different covers, but I suppose they've still got some of the covers have got those the Apple covers have got the holes in the back, haven't they?
Yeah.
They can
Yeah.
You can tell if someone's trying to just be trendy or not. Yeah, well, that's an interesting little tidbit there. Yeah. So yeah, that's what's going on.
It's a
Jeez,
bit different, isn't it?
it is. Yes.
Hadn't occurred to me yet.
No. Well, you've got the space grey coming. So you have to get those little black and white shoes out.
Yeah, I have to get the pink phone to go with my special outfit.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. What's next? What Apple retail store can teach Obamacare? What's all that one?
Obamacare, about health exchanges. Well, apparently because of this, California people don't know much about the Obamacare because it's really complex, and so they just don't talk about it. And
Right.
there's some mob in Connecticut's been really pushing it, and they just felt that the way Apple train their staff is what's needed all over America, because it's such a delicate and really technical exchange, like to get these insurance companies going. They need to explain it really good to the consumer to get them to understand the benefits. And they thought if they could get trained the same as Apple store staff could get trained for these health insurance salespeople,
Yeah, right.
it would be really good. And it's just a really out there thing that I've come across. That was just unusual. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think like the healthcare issue, I can't see why there's opposition to it. Like I don't live over there. I don't understand it. Either. But I mean, like anything, surely that's going to try and help the situation that they've got over there, has got to be good. Like, yes, it's going to cost them a lot of money, but I suppose is America still shut down? Are they still on that train?
Yeah, it's still shut down.
So when's D-Day? Isn't there a day coming up that's going to default? They're going to
keeps changing.
I
think so.
well, no one wants them to default, do they?
No,
because that's
that's not that. It's realistically not going to happen, but it's chaotic over there at the moment.
Yeah, it sure is. But that's a couple of interesting ones there, Michael. Good on you for those. Okay, Apple's iPhone 5S outselling iPhone 5C 2-1. Yeah, so that's what I think expected. That's what we were sort of saying a bit before.
But there are some thoughts around that I guess you've got all the early adopters in, like us, who are probably who've had all the iPhones or a fair portion of them, and are probably going to go to the higher end model. It's really, maybe the 5C in trying to attract a younger audience. Well, certainly not cheaper. So, whilst no doubt some people will buy it for their kids, it isn't the cheap iPhone that people expected it or thought it might be. But maybe towards Christmas holiday season in the US, sales will pick up. There's been some discussion around there that it's for the gift buying for kids and for that type of market. Maybe that will swing a little bit around once the early adopters have come in and done their refresh, I guess, with the latest high-end iPhone.
Yeah.
So that may still change.
Yeah, look, I think if I was going to buy an iPhone, I'd be doing a 5S. Like, I think over the term, which is say 2 years, what is it, an extra $100, $150 or something? I don't think it's quite a lot of coin.
Yeah, the price differential between them isn't a lot.
And look at all the
5Cs are pretty cool though. I mean, they in person they do look maybe a lot better than what they appear. In a picture, and they don't feel plasticky at all. They feel very solid and well built. But yeah, to your point,
they're unapologetically
over a 2-year plan, which is what people tend to do. Why not pony up the extra $100 or so, and you get the top of the line, because there are still those features that differentiated around having the better camera.
Yeah,
better processor and a few other bits and pieces.
I think that $150, but in some countries, would be significant.
True. Yeah, true.
Oh, absolutely. And I think just the plain price of the 5C is still significant. That it's not going to be able to come in and compete at the lower end. Apple had never been one to, compete in that race to the bottom. And well, why would you? If you're making healthy margins, and they're certainly doing okay. I think they've got their next earnings call on October 28th, I seem to recall, and that will include a few days of iPhone or iPhone 5S sales, or 5S, 5C sales, because that was at the end of September. They did put a revised forecast out to analysts that bumped numbers up a little bit. So, for someone, what do you want to do? Why bother selling in volume if you're making low margins? Their profitability is way above everyone else.
Did anyone read how they're going with the gyroscope and the compass and all that this week? Like after, I think last week there was stories about how all the internal levelers and motion detectors were all out a bit. Has that had any more news? Does anyone know? Or is that just still plodding along as...
I haven't heard a lot. I did hear it on a podcast where they were saying that, I think, like the spirit level app or something, when you put it on a flat surface, it was registering 5 or 6 degrees or something like that. So that probably reinforced the story. But yeah, I haven't heard what the remedy or outcome is of it, whether Apple are going to do something about it, whether people care.
Sorry, I actually used the spirit level in my 5 during the week, and I thought it was pretty close to being square.
Yeah.
Straight. Level.
Yeah. So, is that to do with that crooked picture you got behind you?
Yeah, that's right,
yeah, all right. That's good. Well, hopefully they're going to sort that out. Jeez. But all right. Well, let's go on to. I've got an app. Who's that?
Yeah. Oh, it's Michael.
Yeah.
Just go back with the America being closed.
Yeah.
That introduces the FCC issues with things like the approving the iPad Wi-Fi and the iPad and other phones, Samsung phones and Galaxy phones and in America, because the FCC's closed.
The government's closed,
The government's closed, so they can't approve any phones or any iPads, for example.
So the people getting paid, or if they're closed, you don't get paid?
No, they're not getting paid.
Yeah, right. No. But politicians still get paid.
Most probably.
Oh, thank goodness for that, eh? Thank goodness. We couldn't have them not getting paid. Who would tell us when it was back open? Oh, jeez. But yeah, look, I've got a app of the week, and the app of the week this week is brought to you by Michael down there and the IT Help for You crew, and that's ithelp4u.com.au down there in Penrith. Now, if you've got something that's broken, a Mac, an iPod, or whatever it is, Apple related, you can take it into his Penrith store or post it in. So he takes express posts, and he'll post it back to you, nice and safe in all that bubble wrap and whatever. Does he do it? Bubble wrap?
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
All the good stuff. And I think you've got a quick turnaround, haven't you? A couple of days, or like fixing plus postage.
Depends what's wrong, but we try and do it in 48 hours.
Yeah,
pretty good.
Yeah, so that's good. So give him a ring. Just go to the website and you'll find the phone number or the email address. So ithelp4u.com.au.
Hopefully we can fix something before you've even had a chance to get in line at the Apple store.
Yeah, yeah. There's so many people that in that Apple store, isn't there? They are just very, very busy. But my app. Here we go. Now my app this week is, now for ages I've been wanting to do something like this, and not only just with my phone, but also with the kids' Androids phones. And it was to view my photos. I wanted to view the photos on my computer at home, if you know what I mean. Like, so on my phone. So I've got the photos stored on the computer. And I don't want to have to upload them to the phone just to be able to look at them. Like, I've got 10,000 of them. So while I'm at home, I've got this app, and it's called Air Photo, AIRFOTO. So it's the Air Photo, and you put a little companion onto your computer, your PC or your Mac or whatever it may be. And I'll just get rid of that. That's making a noise. And so you put a little companion on, and then it hooks up over Wi-Fi. You tell it what directories to look in, your image directories, obviously, and it hooks up over Wi-Fi, and you'll be able to see your whole collection, or your specified collection, whatever you specified.
Your public collection, not those secret directories that you've got buried 13 levels deep.
No, not those ones, and mistitled just for the the mystery. But yeah, so Air Photo, and look, I reckon that is absolutely great, because I could not, I've got all the photos on my server, and I want the kids and everyone to be able to look at them. But, you don't want to have to upload them to their devices just so they can look at them, or you don't want them to put them in the cloud just so they can back download them again. So, look, I looked for ages for something like that, and it just dropped into my lap. And I think that was actually a app of the day, a free app of the day. So if you want an iOS free app of the day that you normally do pay for, check out our facebook.com/Aussie Tech Heads, and most days there is an app of the day that is free for that day, and they're pretty good. So go and do that. It's great. So have you guys got anything like that? Or how do you do that? Or you just don't bother doing that? Jace, you do photos?
I don't really bother, I guess, because a lot of the photos I take now are with my iPhone, with my wife's iPhone, and with the photo stream.
Right.
We, I guess, end up that's sort of on the phone anyway, so...
Yes.
But I agree that it's a pain that once you've moved them and put them into iPhoto or Aperture or something like that, it is a pain to say, oh, well, what photos do I want? Because you can't move them all on there, as you say, because of the size. Make a special album, copy it down to the device, all too hard. So that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, I think it's great. And what do you do?
Can you copy them across or sync them across in any way, or is it only for viewing whilst you're on the Wi-Fi network?
It's just only for viewing. Yeah.
Okay.
So on the server side, on your computer, you say what folders you want watched, I suppose. And the more detail you give it, like say I started off saying okay, because I've got the photos on a server, so therefore I've mapped a drive to that particular folder on the server. So I've got drive P is photos. So I tried to just select drive P in for the Air Photo to just say, I just want the whole directory, and it worked. But I found that if I drilled down and selected 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, if I selected and added each individual folder within the drive P, then it would also come up on the Air Photo more structured. Okay. It gave me a directory list of like 2000, 2001, 2000, and then, sort of thing. So, it's really good. It's really good. What do you do for photos, Michael? Something similar or?
Oh, no, I don't have a lot on my phone, and I just use the sync process.
Right.
I keep really standard because that's what people ask me about.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, you can
I can be lazy for work.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't got nothing on my phone that does that. Yeah. Now you might be asking, and I think I've mentioned this. I'm not sure if I've mentioned on Aussie Mac Zone, but if you want the video part of it, I've got all these videos on the server or on the Mac or PC, the actual computer. What do I do? There's another one. I think it might be a couple of bucks, but it's Air Video. Same sort of scenario. And what it does, the Air Video is actually good because it will transcode and send it through the Telstra, through the 3G network as well. So you can say, okay, you can go through your directory and you can say, oh, well, I want to watch this movie, and you might be at someone's house or something. And so instead of sending it like the full DVD version across the 3G, your computer at home actually transcodes it, so it makes it tiny, because it knows you're going to be viewing it on your iPhone or your iPad, and it goes tiny little file, all on the go, and then streams it to you. Or if you're on Wi-Fi, it just lets you have the big full raw file straight into your phone. But there's two good ones. Oh, I love them.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Excellent.
so that's good. All right. Jace, did you read anything interesting this week?
One that really caught my eye that's been kicking around since the weekend is a rumor of a 12-inch MacBook something or other. So that's not a size that exists at the moment. So obviously in the Airline, we've got the 11-inch and 13-inch. And in the MacBook Pros, we've got 13 and 15. But 12-inch with a Retina display due next year. And
is that getting a bit small?
in having the 11-inch MacBook Air at the moment, it's a nice small machine, but my issue at the moment is it's a little bit too small in screen resolution. So when you start opening up a few windows and things, it's a little bit unworkable. So I've been looking to upgrade and I guess waiting at what might happen with the 13-inch MacBook Pro Retina. I think that's due for a refresh soon. But to me, 12-inch would be the really sweet spot. And yeah, I was just asking Michael before how long it's been since, because there was a 12-inch machine that was really popular, and that was back to the iBook, the G4 iBook. Michael was saying, but that was a fantastic machine. I had a friend who had one of those, and that was a really really good laptop. Yeah,
I think they had a PowerBook one as well, didn't they? A 12-inch PowerBook.
They might have done, but 12-inch seemed to be a good size. So yeah, look, I'd be pretty excited if that came out. But yeah, again, it's a rumor, and it's a rumor for next year.
All right. Yeah. So look. So is that something because you want anything with Retina, don't you? You're just retina crazy.
What's the new marketing term these days? I guess
you want the iPad
resolution on that. Yeah. Well, I guess touching on that, obviously next week on the 22nd we've got the iPad event, the iPad Mini Retina is hopefully going to appear at that time.
So here's a question and a decision to be made without notice is, and we're going to decide right here for everyone. Are we going to the 22nd is next Tuesday our time, so the 22nd US time will make it Wednesday our time. Are we going to push the show to a Wednesday next week so we can talk about this 22nd jazz?
I think that would make sense. Otherwise, it's going to be a pretty light show next week.
Quiet.
Yeah. All right. So there you go. Next week, the Aussie Mac Zone will be coming out on Wednesday. Okay, on Wednesday. So that'll be Australian the 23rd. All right. So
we should have new iPads. We should have the new Mac Pro. And we should have Mavericks. So we will have a new Mac operating system finally dropping. So
right,
that's, I guess, what everyone anticipates at the moment. And look, who knows on top of that if there's going to be any extra goodies.
Anything else, yeah.
And also, Garth hopefully will be in next week for that because he's all about announcements and new products and all that sort of stuff. So we're going to hunt him down, find what he's up to.
Hunt him down, yeah.
And send the dogs out and get him to drag him back. And he's just unavailable this week. He was due on tonight, but something came up. But hopefully he'll be able to make next week, next Wednesday. All right. Well, I think that's going about do us. Has anyone else got anything to chat about? Nothing really going on, is there? I'll tell you, I've got a new PC, and it's got the Haswell chip in it. And I'll tell you, if the Haswell chip goes anything like this thing in the Mac, they're going to be fast. They are going to be really fast. So I'm pretty happy with that.
So is your encoding finished already? Because it's so fast to finish before you've finished the show.
That's right. The show's already, it's uploading. It's all right. The video encoding, it's finished. It's gone. It's that fast. Oh, it's great. It's great. But so it's good. It's good. It's pretty fast. So it's nice. I'd be, if I was a Mac desktop owner, I'd be looking forward to getting one of these machines with a Haswell chip in it. All right, so now, no iTunes reviews this week. So again, if you need or if you want to win a $20 gift card to the iTunes store, all you got to do is write a review either on the iTunes audio or video version of the Aussie Mac Zone. And you could be, if you're the only one that does the one, well, you're going to win it, aren't you? So why don't you get going and do it? So do that. Do that this week. I'll put a Facebook reminder up for you because I know you don't remember. So I'll put a Facebook reminder up through the week to go and do a review. And these cards are given to us by Michael. Thanks, Michael. IT Help for You. Cool. All right, don't forget the AussieMacZone.com.au webpage with all the show notes each week, and also the YouTube, youtube.com/Aussie Tech Heads, the video. I think that's about it. That's about that done me, I think. I can't think of anything else. If you're into podcasts, yeah, sorry.
And of course Thursday night, we've got
Aussie Tech Heads.
Aussie Tech Heads, so weekly wrap up of
tech
news and views.
Yes, so join us then. It's produced on the Thursday night. It does go out live. Fingers crossed. It does go out live. But if you can subscribe.
Turns out that PC's going.
Yes, it's going good now. I got rid of that AMD thing. Yeah. It's over. I've still got the AMD. I've turned it into a virtual host. So I've got virtual things on there now. It's pretty good.
I thought you turned it into a doorstop.
No, it still has. It's still got a use, so it was faster than my last VM server. So it's now taken on the role of the virtual machine. All right, so cool. I think if you're into the podcast, don't forget the AussieTechRadio.com, and that's just a conglomeration of some Australian tech shows, a couple of New Zealand shows, and it's a shoutcast, so you can listen to it on your phone. It's just goes around and around and around. You join in now. It might be up to, say, Aussie Mac Zone replay. You join in tomorrow. It might be up to the Aussie Tech Heads replay. Whatever. It's just 24/7 tech shows. Join in and see what's on anytime. Get instructions on how to do it. Just go to the AussieTechRadio.com website. And
so, Glenn, can I ask? We were talking about lost episodes of things. Are there any lost episodes of Aussie Tech Heads back from the very early days?
Oh, look, there's plenty of lost video episodes.
Lost on purpose.
Yes. There's back when Mark and I were doing it, there was not the Aussie Tech Heads, but there was audio from one of the shows that we were doing that just got a bit out of hand. that remained lost. That one's lost. It might be unearthed in 45 years, but yeah. So look, each week, like I keep it all, So I keep the videos, or like the raw video and all that sort of stuff. Not that I know why, but I don't know. It's just you just keep it, don't you? You just got it. I don't know why. See, if the BBC thought like I did, then we wouldn't have this Doctor Who stories.
Well, storage is cheap these days.
True. That's very true. All right, let's get out of here. So you can email us or you can get me at Glenn at AussieTechHeads.com.au, Jason with a Y at AussieMacZone.com.au, and Michael at ITHelpForYou.com.au. And I think, Jace, you're on the Twitter, and you can find you saw Jason's Twitter come up. You see my Twitter come up, and I don't think Michael is on the Twitter. So there you go.
No, I'm too old.
Oh, you're never too old to be on the Twitters. Never too old. They need you, Michael. They need you. More the merrier. All right. So thanks, everyone. Thanks for coming in. And thanks for downloading, you guys, and watching if you are doing the video. So until next Wednesday night, if you want to watch the show live, we'll see you then. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.